Melbourne's train network. Tired, congested, and overcrowded.
That is what most people describe the metro experience, and especially the Connex experience. But that's all about to change. Introducing the Metro Tunnel.
The Metro Tunnel is Victoria's newest underground train line and will be opening up in 2025.
So the last major extension of the Melbourne Metro network was the City Loop. And to say the least, it hasn't aged that well.
As explained by this train driver, all the lines converging onto the City Loop can often cause congestion.
We've got all sorts of issues with congestion in close to Melbourne. When we have a number of trains converging on the City Loop at any one time, obviously only a certain number of trains can fit in there at any one time. That's where we come unstuck. You can run a train on time all the way in from Belgrave or Craigieburn or Sydenham, and then in the last couple of minutes, all of a sudden you can lose 5 minutes and there goes your timetable.
So taking the Sunbury line out of the Northern Group and the Cranbourne and Pakenham lines outside of the City Loop and putting them onto the Metro Tunnel, it will allow for greater reliability and greater service for all lines.
My name's Matthew, and join me today as we go on a tour of the Metro Tunnel and all the new stations. So I start off my trip today here at South Kensington, which is often known by Melburnians as the worst station on the Metro network. And I can fully understand why, but I'm here for one unique reason. So this is the dive site for the Metro Tunnel here. Currently it's the Sunbury line that uses these two tracks here. What will happen is that instead, it will go underneath this tunnel, go through the Metro Tunnel, then turn into the Cranbourne and Pakenham line. But the Craigieburn and Upfield line will be using the tracks further down that way. So this track won't be used that much actually. So this is the first station on the line, Arden. It is not too far away from North Melbourne Station and serves a lot of, the north and west of, the inner suburbs of Melbourne. And is currently right now in the middle of an industrial estate. So this looks like a perfect opportunity for new transit-oriented development. I might even move here, who knows? Sorry, Sydney, please forgive me for saying that.
So over 15,000 new homes and 34,000 new jobs are expected to be built surrounding Arden Station.
But not too far away from Arden, there's already development starting here.
The entrance to the station is pretty much done. Those arches that you can see around there, those bricks, were all built handmade one by one. But as you can see, the station's still shut, so that means it's time to go to our next station.
Parkville, which, as you can see, is almost done.
Mainly serving the University of Melbourne and Royal Melbourne Hospital, it has connections with trams along Swanston Street and routes 19, 58 and 59.
Handy reminder. No chance.
Parkville is going pretty well with construction, with entrances on both sides of Royal Parade and plenty of lifts as well down to the concourse level, as shown here. The escalators are also now running as well. After a quick tram trip down Swanston Street, we get to
our next station, State Library.
Named after the State Library, which is on the other side of the road, it has connections with Melbourne Central Shopping Centre and Melbourne Central train station to connect with the City Loop. There is also a second entrance under construction at Franklin Street.
So along Swanston Street, next to Town Hall, as I'm recording this, they have the Metro Tunnel HQ where you can find out more information about the project.
Inside the HQ, there's plenty of information about the Metro Tunnel, which was really helpful, and also other information about other projects in Melbourne, including the Melbourne Airport Link, Suburban Rail Loop, and upgrades to V-Line services. There are also cardboard models, which I took some back home, and they have VR tours of the stations as well, with VR headsets. Really cool.
Absolutely fantastic in there. Go and visit them. So this is one of the entrances to Town Hall Station, which is along Swanston Street. It will have connections with the rest of the Melbourne Metro network at Flinders Street Station.
Named after Melbourne's Town Hall, It has entrances at the infamous City Square, the less infamous Federation Square, and then also an entrance on Swanston Street, which connects to Flinders Street. And then after one more tram ride, wish I could do this in Sydney, we get to...
And this is the last station on the line, Anzac. Named after the Shrine of Remembrance, which is basically the equivalent of the Anzac Memorial in Sydney, it has great connections with trams which eventually run up Swanston Street.
The main entrance to Anzac Station has this beautiful timber roofing on top and is Melbourne's first direct tram and train interchange, which will help to relieve congestion on the St Kilda and Swanston Street corridor, which is the most congested tram corridor in the world. There are also two side entrances on each side of St Kilda Road. This one is for Albert Road in South Melbourne, and the other one is for Domain Road and the Royal Botanic Gardens.
Damn it, it's too cold.
The line infamously skips South Yarra Station, so there'll be no connection to the Sandringham line, and it goes through this dive site here and connects to Hawkesburn before connecting to the Cranbourne and Pakenham lines down to, well, Cranbourne and Pakenham.
Here at Hawkesburn, you can see the signals on the left for the Frankston line are still running, but the ones on the right, they're now doing CBTC and they're off now. So just like the Sydney Metro, the Metro Tunnel here in Melbourne is going to fundamentally change how Melburnians travel across their city. And it's going to be really exciting when it opens up in 2025. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be there on day one. Fingers crossed. So thank you very much and have a great rest of the day. Goodbye.